The mystery of sea drops. A rare fact. In some species of giant larvae, the tail, yes, it is the tail of this creature, is the only muscle that builds its entire house of mucus. This tail works like a pump, creating a fragile balloon that surrounds the animal. If the tail stops, the house will collapse. Imagine a life in which your tail, not your brain or your hands, creates a shelter for you. This is the alien logic of marbles. Imagine that you are plunging into an abyss. The light fades, the water becomes heavy, and suddenly something appears right in front of you that doesn't seem to exist. It's not a fish. It's not a jellyfish. At first glance, it's not even something that can be classified. It's just a drop. A living drop, translucent, gelatinous, without clear outlines. Scientists call them sea drops, and their mystery has haunted ocean biologists for decades. The story of sea drops begins with bewilderment. Divers and deep-sea explorers have reported seeing strange amorphous creatures drifting in the water column, sometimes the size of a human head, sometimes larger than a car. It's not just jellyfish. In fact, in many cases they lack the characteristic features of known animals. No tentacles, no recognizable organs, no eyes, no skeleton. Just scraps of fabric, a jelly-like phantom frozen in silence. One of the most famous sightings occurred in Norway, when divers recorded a giant dark spherical spot almost 4 meters across. At first, people thought it was an alien. Later, DNA analysis revealed that it was actually a huge squid egg sac containing thousands of future cephalopods. But here's the catch. Not all sea drops can be explained this way. Many of them have been captured on film and collected, but they don't match squid, jellyfish, or any other known organism. Some researchers suggest that what we call sea drops may be representatives of rare groups such as doliolids, salps, or colonial tunicates. These animals live by filtering plankton, forming bizarre chains and colonies that can look like a single giant body. Others may be giant larvae that build houses of slime around themselves, thin, balloon-like structures that can reach the size of a basketball. When the larva leaves its home, the empty structure drifts in the abyss like a ghost bubble. But the mystery is even deeper. There are reports of lumps that have no clear connection to any known species. In the 1970s, several huge gelatinous masses washed up on beaches in Chile, Newfoundland, and the Philippines. The locals called them globsters. Some of them were claimed to be pieces of giant squid or whale oil. The other remains remain unidentified. When analyzed, they did not contain DNA that would match known marine life. In other words, we may be dealing with organisms that science has not yet classified, or perhaps with life forms that blur the line between animals and something completely different. Here's the detail that makes sea lumps even more strange. Their bodies often lack symmetry. Most animals, from insects to whales, follow a certain pattern: 2 eyes, a two-sided structure, recognizable limbs. Sea lumps, they're breaking the rules. Some of them look like amorphous layers, others like spheres without orientation. Imagine that you are trying to understand an animal that has no front, no back, no top, no bottom. How do you define life in general when the body itself refuses to obey the order? And there is another secret hidden in their tissues. Many droplets, when viewed under a microscope, contain microscopic cilia, tiny hairs that move water and plankton. This brings them closer to the tunicates, the humble ancestors of vertebrates. Yes, creatures that don't look like anything like shapeless jelly may actually be distant relatives of humans. Our evolutionary history may have gone through a clump stage. Think about it for a moment. The ancestor of fish, birds, and mammals may have once looked like one of these drifting featureless masses. And if you think that this only applies to the present tense, think again. Fossils indicate that organisms similar to marbles existed hundreds of millions of years ago. Some researchers believe that the Ediacaran biota, strange, patchwork-clad creatures from Earth's distant past, were actually ancient balls. If this is true, then these mysterious forms are not anomalies, but remnants of a genus that is older than fish, older than insects, older than trees. These are the echoes of a forgotten era, which are still quietly pulsating in the oceans. So what are sea drops really? Are they just misunderstood stages of life of known creatures, oviducts, slime molds, colonies of tunicates? Or are they a window into something else, into alien forms of biology that we still can't recognize? Science doesn't have an answer yet, and maybe that's what makes them so powerful. They remind us that even now, in the 21st century, the ocean is still inhabited by forms and creatures that do not fit into our categories. A philosopher might say, the drop is the shape of the mystery itself, because it has no shape at all. So the next time you imagine the depths of the sea, don't just imagine sharks, squid, and glowing fish. Imagine faceless ghosts, drifting droplets, reminders that life is bigger, stranger, and more chaotic than we dare to imagine. Please support the channel if you want me to continue diving into the unknown. Like the blobs, this channel is powered by invisible energy, and your support is the lifeblood that sustains it.